This is also one I've been on a bit of a journey with. So this is one, let's say, I recommended for Seven investing over a year ago. I bought stock myself, and then I sold about 5 or 6 months ago because the company wasn't heading in the right direction. So it's Enphase Energy, ticker ENPH. And like, if I look back at why I sold, like, this is one that's, I think it deserves to be back on my radar now. So a couple of reasons I sold that and exited from my portfolio. Like, high inflation environment, I misjudged this one. I definitely consider this to have been a mistake, the original buy, as we're going into an inflationary environment. Well, what do they do? And then that explains it. Like Enphase Energy, essentially, they do a bunch of stuff, but essentially the meat and two veg of the businesses, they make residential solar and batteries. So like solar panels on your roof, big like batteries that go on the wall of your garage, and then you power your home. And they sell to homeowners, but they also sell to like small business. And they've got some other bits and pieces as well, but that's the majority of the business. Those are expensive investments for a homeowner, right? They're high capex. You have to, it might cost you like at least, tens of thousands of dollars to build an installation like that at home if you can't finance it. And in a high rate environment, like the financing is more expensive. People have got less disposable money. So like the sales are going down. And then the other reason I sold as well was I got a bad feeling listening to the CEO on the conference call, because it didn't sound like he was fully on top of like supply chain and inventory. And he sounds a bit evasive. This is like a benefit of actually listening to the audio of an earnings call sometimes. You get a sort of sense like the temperature in the room a little bit in the conversation with the analysts. I got a bad feeling. So that kind of gave me a bit of skittish. So yeah, I've exited it. It's back on my radar now. Like the stock is down about 40% from when I sold it, which is back in June this year. I'm not ready to buy yet. I want to listen to like the next earnings call. I want to see how they're managing like the turnaround with inventories. And this is back on my radar because the Trump tariffs thing, if it actually happens, could help them, because they do their manufacturing in South Carolina. So, and then their majority of their market is domestic US. So this is like, American made, American sold. Like solar and batteries, they're kind of a commodity product, and you've got like China churning these things out at like bottom dollar. So it's quite hard for American manufacturers to compete. Well, this is the kind of industry where tariffs might actually help them if they do get implemented. Like it's just an idea at the moment. We don't know if it's going to really happen. But if tariffs do come in, and if Chinese imports get taxed up the wazoo, it probably is going to help a company like Enphase. So yeah, I'm back looking at it once more.
This is one of those things I remain kind of confused about regarding the new administration. I talked about this with the first data point is, here's Elon Musk, who did everything he could to get Trump elected, but Trump is the guy that said electric vehicles are, no good. Like that weird,
yeah.
What's the truth here, or how's this working behind scenes? Yeah. And so much of what you hear on the surface around Trump's administration is how bad they will be for renewables and so on and so forth. And yet, from my work with EOS, in the EOS community, everyone couldn't be more excited for Trump because of the tariff stuff, and EOS happens to be 94% US made. But it's hard. I think you were right to point to this as one of these. There's so many ambivalences that you kind of have to dig deeper to understand. Don't read the headlines, just merely the headlines. And I think the industry specifics are way more complex than we think. And Trump's administration might be a real net positive for renewables.
Possibly. It's very hard to say. Like if I do put this back in the portfolio, it's going to be a small allocation, that's for sure.
You swear, I don't know, the tech itself, you're confident in?
Yeah. I think it's relatively commoditized stuff now, right? Like Tesla, Powerwalls, and solar. There is a difference in technology between like Tesla and Solar Edge. Is that the other competitor? And Enphase, they do things a bit differently with like where the inverters are. And I remember like when I looked at this like a year and a half ago, I was most impressed with Enphase's solution. I felt it was marginally superior, but to be honest, there's not much in it. And it's not like, like the kilowatts being stored in your battery. It's not like those are like, like Nike brand or something that you might want. It's just power. Like who cares where it came from? It just, it powers your computer.
Yeah. Okay. All right.